will Social Security and SSI claimants get a post-stimulus check? So there is a possibility of Congress approving stimulus check if certain circumstances unfold. Now you might be wondering, can we be really certain about Congress? Will they going to take action this time? If this happens, yes, you'd be going to receive another round of stimulus check. I wanted to break down all the situation that could lead to more stimulus packages, more stimulus check, particularly targeting low-income population. And yes, we are talking about a specific group of people right over here. Now, who wants to keep paying higher prices for groceries, other everyday items, necessities? Definitely, I don't want to pay higher costs. I know about you, you don't want it either. Therefore, it's essential to understand the reason behind this stimulus check might be different, but the primary goal is to address economic challenges. For instance, in year 2000, stimulus check was issued to tackle the financial industry's collapse, while in the year 2009, it was aimed to combat the real estate market crash. What about year 2023-2024? The current indicators are pointing towards the possibility of another financial crisis. What might be the exact catalyst for the next stimulus check is still a question. We have observed these cracks into the financial system, into the banking sector, and Federal Reserve's interest rate hikes. Those could be the contributing factors, contributing more to the instability. Additionally, there are inconsistencies into the unemployment data, and with such reports, both of the job creation and the significant layoff into the large corporations, well, all those important key indicators raises a very important concern and suggest that economy is not standing onto the stable grounds. As a wise person, you don't want to jump into the conclusion too quickly and speculate about this manipulated data. Therefore, it's essential to keep eye on the situation, all those key indicators as well. If the financial situation deteriorates further, then Congress might resort familiar pattern of passing substantial relief packages that includes another round of stimulus check to support American people and our entire economy. If it materializes, it will be likely on economic recovery rather than COVID-19 relief. The main intention is to revitalize the economy, boost the consumer spending, and stimulate the overall economic activity. Many of those historical events showed that such stimulus check can be very effective tools in times of financial crisis, as those stimulus check comes to rescue very rapidly. They inject bunch of money directly into the people's hands, into individual businesses, encouraging individuals and businesses spend more money. So you really have to ask yourself, is the next round of a stimulus check is on the verge, is on the horizon, or what's really going on, what it means for you? And that's where it brings us to the next round of stimulus check. I'll explain why the next round of stimulus check might be already onto the horizon. So what it really means for you and economy. Now the next round of stimulus check, whether you call it economic impact payment, COVID relief check, or any fancy name, quantitative easing, fourth round of stimulus check is not going to be definitely about COVID-19 because COVID-19 is already gone, but definitely it's gonna be about the economic recovery. When this situation demands it, when economy is crumbling, Congress will rush to pass another kind of a relief package, possibly multiple ones, just to test out the effectiveness of the package. The end goal is to help American people and businesses to recover quickly. In the time of crisis, these packages always include relief for the American people and support for struggling businesses. Millions of unemployed individuals might also receive help during these challenging times, and it's coming from the historical pattern that we have seen into the past, which we can expect to continue right here into the future as well. Now, when the financial crisis hits, the Federal Reserve will play a vital role in recovering the economy. They'll be likely going to start aggressively cutting the interest rate and implementing what known as quantitative easing. Now, quantitative easing involves printing tons and tons of money, trillions and trillions of money for the struggling economy. While it's a messy system, this measure is taken as an emergency to keep the economy sustained and afloat. Now, once the situation escalates, Congress will act swiftly to approve the stimulus check and to provide immediate relief to the people and businesses. And they know how critical it is to respond promptly in the time of crisis. And hopefully the process will be much quicker. But here is the thing, we need to understand that these situations will take time to really unfold right here into the economy. You can't expect economy to crumble each and every day on a frequently basis. I mean, what's the role of Congress? Their role is to stabilize the economy and maintain the economy as a whole system. Also, targeting low-income fixed-income beneficiaries to receive stimulus check is really important, ensuring effectiveness of those stimulus check, because lower-income individuals tend to spend all that cash, all that money into the economy, which stimulates the entire economy rapidly. On other hand, higher-income individuals more likely save their money into the banks, which will not help the economy to grow. Essentially, basically where the money is actively circulating through the economy. This is where the growth happens. By targeting low income individuals, we can ensure that money goes wherever it needs the most stimulation into the economic growth. Although Congress is known for its slow pace, they can act very swiftly into the situation where it really demands for another round of stimulus check. Just like a turtle, which can be surprisingly fast if it wants to, Congress can make quick decision when it comes down to the stimulus check. Economy requires immediate support. While we are waiting, let's remember that it won't be another COVID-19 check. It will be about rescuing the economy. So we must stay informed what all the important signs and understand Congress can act very quickly when the need for the stimulus check arises. So well, what does this mean for businesses? Well, when we all get the stimulus check, we all go out and spend them. We basically go out to Walmart, Target, and all of a sudden these businesses are seeing huge run into their inventory, and they look at their inventory and they see that it has been wiped out of the stock in the matter of days. So basically they have to reach their suppliers and order more items, and their suppliers have to go to the manufacturer in order to manufacture more items. It's basically a chain effect. It's like food chain. It's like a domino effect that keeps everything going, and it doesn't take much for it, to start this effect to stimulate the economy. You can see entire economy is just stimulated in a matter of week or two. When it comes down to the stimulus check, it's the great way to stimulate the economy. They are effective, they don't take long, and basically causes huge impact on businesses, people, and those who really need it. I hope this has provided you with a great example, the economic cycle and how it affects you, economy, and how stimulus checks are the best way. Now guys, in the event of the stimulus check, this could be the difficult question to answer as it ultimately depends on the economic situation. However, if economic situation was similar to what was in the early 2020, then it was likely that the same criteria will be used for this time as well. And speaking of what type of a stimulus check would it be, well, again, it's little bit more predictable. I believe that it could be similar to the third stimulus check, as it would be the same amount for the last one. It means that it could be $1,400, $1,200, $2,000, or probably $1,600. And of course, these amounts can depend on the eligibility and other sorts of factors. You know what? I'm watching very closely what government is saying, and you might be getting question, why would government issue stimulus check? Now this is an interesting question, because you know what, government is talking about it because they want to stimulate the economy. They want to give out money to people in order to help out businesses, and those businesses to stay sustained. And history repeats itself. In the last stimulus check that we have seen included about 85% of the population, and that's about like 280 million Americans, and this would likely hold true if another round of stimulus check were approved. So will fixed income beneficiaries like Social Security, retirement, SSDI, SSI, VA beneficiaries, RRB will be included? Well, the simple answer is yes. All of these groups were included in the last 3 rounds of stimulus check. So there is no reason I can think of right now that these specific groups will be not included. Now the question is, how much can we expect? It's little bit more complicated. Now the next stimulus check would be as much as $2,400, although on high end, what is expected? Well, a more realistic range is between $1,200 going all the way until $2,000, depending on the eligibility and various sorts of other criteria. But again, we'll just have to wait and see what will get approved. Now, the dynamics of the situation are such that if economy continues to collapse, then there is a high likelihood of another round of stimulus check which is being issued. And you know what? The amount of the money which is given out at stimulus is determined by how bad economy really needs the money. So based on that, I would expect the amount of the check would be anywhere between $1,200 all the way until $2,000. Well, the timing of the check also is important when the economy gets at a point where government must intervene in order to help out people, and that is the time when the stimulus check will be issued. So it's very important to keep eye on to all the different parameters, which in turn increases the possibility of next round of stimulus check. As of right now, it's difficult to predict when this will happen, as it will totally depend on the severity of economic crisis and government response to it. Now when it comes down to those key indicators, those key factors of the economy and the overall performance of the economy, we need to watch out the jobs number. This usually happens when economy is showing the signs of contraction, but when the jobs are gained, the economy is expanding. This means that businesses are growing and new startups are starting up, meaning that more people need to be hired and more taxes are being paid. However, guys, currently we are seeing shift in the job market with higher paying jobs being lost while lower paying jobs are being created, and this is not ideal. Government is closely monitoring the jobs market. At the end of the day, jobs are very important for our economy and we need to continue to monitor the jobs market closely to make sure that economy grows sustainably. We definitely all know that economy is not in the best state right now. We have seen the businesses contracting, resulting in many job losses. This means that unemployment rate is increasing, probably not at that particular rate, but it's still increasing. Recently, Federal Reserve has been raising the interest rate to help control it. Now, the problem is that when the economy falls too far, contracting, Federal Reserve steps in to help doing something called quantitative easing, also known as QE. Now, quantitative easing is essentially just printing bunch of money and start injecting those money into the economy. Basically, this is what called as stimulus check. Now, quantitative easing helps out support economy by increasing the inflation, which keeps the prices of the goods and services up, which also keeps people employed. Now, talking about the Federal Reserve and its strategy of printing out money or quantitative easing as it known, as you may know, for years, Federal Reserve has been printing about $120 billion every month, or you could say they are printing, literally changing the digits onto the computer and creating new money. That is very sophisticated and smart way of printing money. Now guys, when economy is contracting, Federal Reserve prints the money, even more money, hundreds and billions of dollars, and this money is pushed out into the businesses, the unemployed, and the people in the form of stimulus check and other forms of relief. And it's a closed loop system basically. Now guys, speaking of the current update on fourth stimulus check, whether it's $1,200, $1,400, $1,600, $2,000, or any value for that matter, as of right now, none of the four federal level stimulus check have been approved by government Congress. So just to be clear on this one guys, so there should be no confusion about it. Once I get any latest update, I will keep you posted.